The more you do things that make you uncomfortable, the less discomfort makes you uncomfortable. Now that might sound like a confusing statement, but I'll explain with an example. I'm someone who has dealt with significant anxiety. I used to have panic attacks on a multi times per week basis, and when I wasn't having a panic attack, I was like an 8 out of 10 in anxiety. So my life, it felt like a living nightmare. And I mean, I would go to ERs. For those who don't know, my dad, he died suddenly when he was 38 years old. And so his sudden death made me think the same could happen to me. And so I became afraid of having a heart attack or a stroke because we didn't know for several months what had killed him. We just assumed it was something like that, right? And so basically this manifested in myself being extremely afraid of dying, and because I repressed the emotions, after he died, I didn't grieve properly. It turned into severe panic attacks and anxiety that was constant. There were days where I would have a blind spot in my eye. I would have vertigo where I couldn't like walk properly. I would have, how when you wake up, sometimes your leg falls asleep. I had it once where that's normal, but it never went away for like 2 hours. So I walked all the way to college and my leg just stayed numb and I couldn't walk properly. Like I almost needed crutches or a cane or something. So that's the level of anxiety I was experiencing, right? Constant 8 out of 10 pretty much for this was a year or two before it got any better. And what I noticed is that, and even in recent times, is that whenever I did the things that anxiety made me not want to do, and this applies to stress, it applies to depression, it applies to any kind of resistance, tiredness, whatever it is. The more I did the things my brain, my limbic system, the emotional part of my brain was trying to get me not to do, the more those emotions started to fade away in general, right? In the broader sense. Not only later when I was doing those same things, it got easier and easier, but just throughout my life. And a great example, because this does go back to pickup. In pickup, if whenever I did a bunch of approaches and I was going out consistently, that's something that is very anxiety provoking, right? You're facing rejection, you're getting out of your comfort zone, it's chaotic, you don't know what'll happen, you could get bad reactions, all that kind of stuff. The more I did that, the more all of my anxiety, all of it would just go away throughout the entire day because I was facing anxiety as opposed to avoiding anxiety. And so this is like the Chinese finger trap of life. The more that you avoid things because of your emotions, the more that you avoid things because they make you uncomfortable, the worse those emotions will become over time. They will fester, they will rot, and they will get worse. And what those emotions are actually telling you is that you need to make some kind of change in your life, right? Anxiety is telling you it's a discomfort with the way your life is, right? On some subconscious level, you're not happy with the way your life is. So it means this is how you should look at it. It means that you need to go out and approach women, right? If that's something that you're nervous about, it means you care. It means there's something to gain. So that's how you want to look at it, because the more you face things that make you stressed, anxious, whatever, those emotions in general stop affecting you, right? The more you become resilient to them. And then you also start to enjoy the things that used to be overwhelming for you.